Hello, boys and girls. It's good to see everybody today. Welcome to Wood Spun Around, or maybe it's Sty Spun Around or something, taking a cue out of Zed's Wood Sty. This is a mess in here, but it's my mess. I love it. This is my place. Welcome along. You see my two friends? I got Todd and Ruby here with me. I tell you, I'm feeling a little grateful to be able to be here today. Um, just before we came on, I had to go out 3 times to get everything working again. I've still only got 2 microphones. Normally I'm on this camera, but today I have to use this camera and that camera. So it is what it is. Sorry about that. Or maybe it's good for you. You don't have to see my ugly mug quite so clearly. But anyway,
Some of us like looking at an ugly mug.
maybe I don't know. I can't imagine. Anyhow, I've got a piece of sycamore here. This is another piece. This might be my last piece of what I brought home from my son's place. I've got to go down there soon. Maybe he hasn't burned it all yet. Hope he hasn't because it's too green to burn. And it'll be good for next year. But anyway, I think this is my last piece. I just rounded it off today. It's just a hair over 7 inches in diameter. And if I go to my top view, you can see it's not anywhere near flat on this side. This is the bark side crotch. It's in the crotch. This was the narrowest part of the crotch, the upper portion, which means that was the trunk end of this. So anyway, I'm looking forward to turning it. It's going to be good. I'm going to combine some things today. Let's see. Let me switch back over here. I'm going to combine some finishing techniques. We're going to get it turned. I'm going to leave a wide rim, and the rim is where we're going to play with some various techniques. I'm going to combine. I've done all these before. I've textured before. I've colored before. I've waxed before. I've burned before. We're going to do all of that. It's all going to be in there today. So sit back and enjoy. You may get a good laugh out of it. So with that, I'm on a worm screw right now. We're going to get going. I've got the lathe set at 1230 RPMs. I've already tested it. It's working well there. So I'm going to bring that in and get to turning. And either Ruby or Todd one is going to get to read out who all's in the chat for us today.
I'll start. So we have Ronald Todd in saying good afternoon from the West Bank of New Jersey. Jason's in from down under. We got Ruby in. Paul Norfolk Hunter from the UK. We have Roger Wallum from Northeast Missouri. Pete Twisted Trees saying good morning. Tall Fred says hello all. Zed, Zombie Woodturners in saying happy Tuesday. Todd at the Glen Cove Woodworks is in. I'll skip ahead, and he's getting ready for the 12-degree cold weather in Texas. It's supposed to be like 10 degrees on Saturday and get 5 to 8 inches here in Dallas of snow.
Wow. It was 3 this morning when I woke up, or when I first went out. Doug, can you check and see if Jason's in the background?
We have Sheila White in saying hello. Roger Kent saying hello. Dreamtime Woodcraft.
Hello, Michael. He likes gold.
And Tom Kenny.
Yeah, let's see. Did I skip Doug Bennett to get to him, or I looked over at what Doug was doing and lost my track in the comment where I was in the comments.
So you're easily distracted by the nice shavings coming off this tool.
You ought to see me around rabbits, which is an old joke, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, so Tom Kenny, Malcolm Douglas says hello.
Mark and
Mark.
Jennifer.
Yeah, I just got to Mark and Wood and Burl, Lucy, Dale at Old Man River, Anthony Green. Let's see.
Chris Walters.
Yes, Chris Walters. There we go.
And Lucy's in.
Yeah, I hit Lucy. Let's see. I said that. Let's see. Spirit Wind. So that's Haley, right?
Nope, that's Spirit
Heather.
Wind. That's Heather.
Oh goodness.
You're close.
Now I need to look at my cheat sheet. I'm
Okay.
all messed up. You got me all frustrated.
Anthony Green.
Are you Tony?
Okay, Real Simple Things.
Oz.
Where?
Oz. Going to be a little Bernie today.
Yep.
I thought I made it all the way to the bottom, and I never saw him. Oh, I do see him up there now. Let's see. Mike McEwen was in right after him. I had missed.
Zed says that they say hiking in your 60s is a good way to meet new people. For example, you might meet a paramedic or a nurse or a cardiologist. Same thing is true, Zed, of shoveling snow.
I'm smart, man. I live with a nurse.
And Dale from Old Man River has come in.
Yeah.
And Chris Walters is asking how everyone's doing.
Freezing my hind end off, Chris. It's cold here in Kentucky. It hasn't been 30 degrees for a number of days. Spent all that time making that recess. And I'm going to take it all away so I can start again.
And why are you doing that?
Because the gap from this goes into the wood, and my recess was well into that was well into my recess. So
I see it now.
Yeah, I want a complete circle here. Don't have to have a complete one, but I want one.
And Enchanted Wood Designs has joined us.
Hey, Kevin. All right, I think I got it this time. I wish I had my dividers out and set. I used them at my demonstration Saturday, and they're still packed away, and they're set to a different chuck, unfortunately. So I'm going to guess, but I'm going to leave my wormwood screw in when I turn it around so that I can come back, turn it back around if I need to. If that made no sense at all.
Do you have a ruler handy?
I do.
Well, if you put a dot in the center, you could measure outward and you'll know where the edge of where you're going to put the chuck goes. And Gav has joined us. Hi, Gav.
I'm going to be awful close, which is, I want it to be close.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're keeping that worm screw in, you can just remount it and make it bigger.
Exactly. I will, just to make sure. Let's see, where are we?
Chris Walters says, man, it's cold here in Virginia.
Let's see. I'm up to a whopping 24 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
I think we might be up to 12 now. And Boz says you can cheat for size with the tailstock bearing and a pencil.
Yes, you're right. You can. Usually. And yes, my tailstock or live center bearing is the right size for my chuck. And I've done that quite a bit. I don't even have my live center in my tailstock right now.
That's good. You won't lose an elbow.
Yeah, I've had all my vaccinations.
You know, the one-way Talon chuck I have, and then the Vic Mark 120. Huge difference between the small jaws that came with both of those.
You're not kidding.
Yeah, huge. 3/8 of an inch maybe or something. And then from the one-way Talon up to the Nova, the Supernova or whatever the chuck I have, there's like the Supernova is like 1/8 of an inch bigger, and the Forstner bit that I use for the one-way, which is like a 2 1/8 inch or something, 2 1/16, is too small to work with the Nova.
Hmm. That's another situation that I wish the various companies would come to some kind of agreement, work together a little bit. Let's make life easier for the wood turner.
I used to always use the worm screw, and man, sometimes I'd have just a tough time getting that screw back out. And Wayne talked me into the Forstner bit.
Mm-hmm.
Doug, I think Jason's in the background.
Okay, I'll check here in just a second.
Did we say hello to Mike, Dances with Aardvarks?
Hey, Mike.
I think so.
I lost track.
What are you going to do when you get my age? For crying out loud.
Who is that?
Ruby.
What?
Hey, Jason.
Hey, we're all
Glad to have
here.
you with us today.
Yeah, we're glad you're healthy and well.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Yeah, the record power jaws do fit the Nova, and that's because at one time they were both made in the same factory in England. And then Nova split away from record power and moved.
Zed says I spent yesterday making blanks with the new bandsaw. Now his shop's full of blanks. He can't get to the lathe. I guess that's both a good problem and a good problem.
Yeah, yesterday I ended up making 4 yard waste bags full of shavings. And I dropped off a job at the wood mill. And I'll be darned if while I was making that job, he didn't find another one for me to do.
Mike says I got locked in a toilet for 2 hours today. Zed says, Mike, that's a strange way to describe jail.
Oh, me.
Oh dear.
Trying to give myself just a nice little bead here for a foot. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Doesn't take a lot to once you get it, the basic of it. Let me show you. I still get that. This is the natural edge here. That's part of my foot, but I'm okay with the foot. I just didn't want it in my recess, and it barely touches the recess, so I'm okay. I do
Yeah,
a little tear out.
your mic is sputtering a little bit.
Okay, it's partly because my face shield is down. That should be better. Oh yeah,
I love it when
it's
I'm
the
able
sand
to
now.
keep a flow like that in the wood, especially if I'm going to color a texture and have it really stand out.
Yeah, it gives you some personality instead of being just blah.
And Ray has joined us. Welcome in, Ray.
This is my homemade inertia sander. Um, I would tell you where you could get the bearings and whatnot for it, but they're not. My supplier went out of business. But all it is, there's show you that in that hole at the bottom of that hole, there's a magnetic bearing, just a single magnetic bearing, and then you can you can't see. There's a bronze sleeve that's inserted, which is the bearing won't go through it. Then this is just a simple sanding mandrel that has a steel shank, and it just drops down in there, and the magnetic bearing holds the handle and the mandrel together, and it spins just quite nicely. I made this one straight, drilled my hole straight in the end of this handle, so I could do this kind of stuff, make it easier to sand on the inside. I still don't like sanding the inside with the inertia sander. It's just not. You lose too much speed.
Unknown caller.
Hello, Moto.
Years and years ago, Captain Eddie had a great video on making an inertia sander.
Yes, he is who I got my bearings and whatnot from. But he is out of that business now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That was brought on by his health. That and he was flooded out twice in recent years. And the second time, well, both times, family and friends came to help out, clean out a shop for him, and they threw away thousands of dollars worth of materials that he had for his various products that he sold. So the last time he just kind of gave it up. His health was calling for it anyway, so. All right. Want to get this outside sanded and finished before we flip it around so we don't have to come back to it.
I believe this is sycamore, right? The wood?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a big sycamore tree that was on the edge of my son's yard, and there were like 3 of them clumped together my son said, why don't we cut that one down and let the other two grow a little better? And so we cut it down. And this was a big tree. I'm going to guess it was about 60 feet tall, 65 feet tall. And at the base, the base was nearly, well, it was 2 feet anyway, maybe closer to 3 feet diameter. This crotch was way up the tree.
Yeah, Jim Spalding and Al has joined us.
Hey, Al. Hey, Jim. Glad to have you guys along. I'm glad to have everybody along. It really is a treat to have folks come along and spend a little time together in community, but also just to enjoy some turning. I've been in touch with that for a long time, and I really appreciate it. But it's come into more focus for me, even the last month or so, as I've done demonstrations in some other places. It's when I get started, I'm wondering, is anybody going to show up? And then they're big public demonstrations, so I'm wondering, is anybody going to show up? And then they start showing up, and they stay, and it's so much fun to turn with people around. That's just some alcohol just to clean the grain out. It gives us a good look at what's coming up. Beautiful stuff right there. That's that crotch figure starting to show up. And that's right just under the bark. So
I don't think a lot of people realize how much preparation goes into doing a demo, whether it's live or if it's at a store or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I spend a good bit of time when I'm doing a store demonstration getting my blanks together. I don't depend on them to have stuff for me. Let me let that run for just a second. Let that alcohol come out of there. I did one demonstration up in northern Ohio. It was a 2-day demonstration, and they were going to supply all my wood. Great. That means I didn't have to haul it, and I didn't have to use my wood. 2 days, you can imagine, I went through a bit of wood. Two 6-hour days. And I turned the whole time. I didn't do like the other two guys. One of them turned a fair amount. A fair amount. He turned a little bit. The other guy, who I really would have expected would have really done some stuff, and he had a pile of wood there to turn. He barely turned.
No, that's a shame.
Yeah, and he was if there was a name there to be recognized to bring people in, he was the one. And like I said, he barely turned. I liked the guy. We had some great conversations, but he just didn't turn much. And I don't know if we were all using their lathes. He and I were both using record power lathes, and I really enjoyed them. He did too. But anyway, he just didn't. I don't know if he just wasn't in the mood or what.
Now, which record power lathe did you use?
He was using the Herald. I was using the Envoy.
Okay. Well, on the Herald, there's a secret. If you want to put the lathe in reverse and get it to stay in reverse,
yeah,
you push both the reverse and the belt ratio buttons simultaneously.
Huh.
If you only press the reverse button, when you turn it off and turn it back on, it automatically reverts to forward.
Does it?
Whereas if you push the two simultaneously, it'll stay in reverse. And then you have to do that again to get it to go back and forward.
Right. I don't think. Well, he didn't turn enough to worry about that. um, he spent time messing with the lathe a fair amount. And one thing we found was that the way it is set up, it will not. Oh, I know what happened. It does not. It doesn't. When you turn it off, it doesn't free spin, so you can't slow it down. It is electronically set
yeah,
so that it slows down at a slow rate.
well, there's a reason for that.
Oh yeah.
If you have a lathe that stops almost immediately, if you're turning something very thin, like a
Right.
thin stem or a thin finial, it'll snap.
Sure.
Whereas by slowing down slowly, it reduces the chances of that happening.
Right. You could also, if you've got a heavy piece, you can, if it's on a woodworm, you
Right.
can unscrew it very easily, or unscrew your chuck for that matter.
Yes.
This was strange. We couldn't even grab the out here on the end, the little handle. That didn't help. If anything, it made it worse. So we both got where we would, if we wanted to stop, we just turn it off and let it stop on its own.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Yeah, I'm sure you could go in there and mess with the electronics a little bit and get it to just go into free spin like this lathe does. When I hit the stop button, it just free spins, and I can either let it spin on its own, or I can reach up there and grab that little handle on the outside and slow it down.
That's what I do on mine. I have that Nova DVR XP.
Yes.
And it basically free spins when you turn it off. So I just put some pressure on that little
hand wheel. That's it.
Little hand wheel. Yeah. Put a little pressure on the hand wheel and slow it down to about 5 seconds or something, 8 seconds.
Absolutely.
You know.
Right.
Another thing that DVR XP does is that when you put it in reverse and you click go, it does like a 5-second countdown warning you that it's in reverse. It doesn't just start.
Ah, okay.
But then it stays in reverse until you take it back out.
Right. Mine does. I've got basically, even though mine's a 1624, we have the same lathe, Todd.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well,
Yours is 16-inch swing, right?
Yeah, something like that. The DVR XP is a little smaller.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I think it's. I'd have to look. I think it's 14 something.
Okay. Well, but yeah, we still have this. It's the same motor. Your controller is built into your headstock, where mine is a separate piece.
Yeah.
Because mine's added on, is why.
Now this is just the axe that you're putting on, right?
Yes, that was just the abrasive paste. I was been buffing it down. Going to put the wax on it now. Like I said, I want this outside done. 2 reasons. One, if I get anything on it from the top side, it's easier to come off once I've got the wax on it. But also, if I don't, I never have to come back to this bottom. That's the one nice thing about using a recess instead of a tenon.
Yeah. Mama Sneaks has just snuck in here.
Mama Sneaks. Good to have you. It's been a little while since you've been able to come in.
Mine is 1624.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was. They made 3 or 4 different lathes. They're basically the same lathe, just different motors or different, some kind of different setup with the motor. So anyway, yeah, this was originally a belt change to change speeds, and now I have the electronic. Let's see if I switch out to, yeah, this big box right here is my electronic speed controller, which is mounted directly on top of the motor. So works really well.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Doug, Mama Sneaks turned 70 on the 9th of January.
Oh my
Belated,
goodness.
belated happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yes.
And the day after she turned 70, my husband turned 88.
My goodness. Happy birthday to both. In fact, I think I sent Wayne messages, or it was
Yes,
through
and
you, I think.
yeah, he got messages through me from a lot of people around the world.
Yeah.
And I read every one of them out to him, and he was a little overcome by them all.
Very good. Very good. I'm glad he's able to enjoy it still. All right. We are right now done. I've waxed it, everything except the very center. And I could go ahead and wax that, but I want to do my laser engraving on the bottom. And if I wax it, the wax actually, it's like it's got some UV protectant in it. And I'll have to go over that 5 times with my laser engraver to get my logo in there. It's crazy. You wouldn't think a bit of carnauba wax would do that, but okay, I am going to leave my worm screw in there.
I'm always just real careful to keep that wax out of there so that I don't get any inside of that mortise, or it won't run true when I turn it around. I think you missed it there, Doug.
Yeah, I did. Not by much. Just a hair. Just a hair. Get rid of my sander. And it's awful easy just to fix that. All I need is my skew. Get my speed back up.
Now, Heather says her mom turned 89 on the 15th, and her granddaughter turned 1 yesterday. Well, wish them both happy birthday for us.
Just an easy little scrape down with my 1/2-inch skew there. I just want to smooth that center portion over. I'm actually a little too high for that.
Boy, all these people talking about their birthdays, they're all so young.
I was going to say, Gab's trying to brag about being young when you say, my mom was 63 on the 11th.
Oh, dear.
Golly. I can remember when my dad turned 63, barely. The old guy, he was trying not to retire just yet, but I kept telling him, hey, you're smarter if you go ahead, even if you keep working, just go ahead and retire. And he didn't want to believe me, but he finally figured it out the next year.
Well, I've had to make a whole new set of friends because the majority of mine aren't around anymore.
I understand. Every once in a while here, I find that one of mine is.
It's really handy, especially when you have a large chunk of wood and you can't pick it up to hold it on the lathe.
What's that?
Having younger friends that can help you get a big piece of wood on the lathe.
Yeah. All right. So another great example of why I like to hit those tightening spots more than once. Guy just used one. He used 2 hands, gripped it up nice and tight, and lo and behold, it wasn't as tight as he thought.
I know somebody we all know that had problems at a show because they couldn't get the worm screw out.
That's true.
He
Yeah.
got he got teased about that for quite a while.
He teases about it. It was strange. Weird piece of wood, yeah. And people don't like to use them because it won't hold the wood. Well, yeah, it does. All right.
Jason, you do not look 50 years old. You look more like 35.
All right.
Like,
All right.
appreciate that.
Well, I'm way too high.
Our condolences, Dale. His father died when he was of cancer when he was 59.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my mom couldn't wait to get 65 so she could start collecting old age. And that was
Yeah.
the age she died at and never did get to collect it.
Really? All right, just giving myself a nice flat surface to get started with. Then we'll stop and just see, do I have anything interesting? That's where that feather is. So you can start seeing it. Well, in fact, you can see that streak all the way across. That dark streak, that's feather going through there. So maybe we'll have a nice feather going across the bottom. Okay. Let's see. Got too low that time. I'll raise it up just a touch. I'm going to establish my rim, and then we're going to get the number one hollower out. Oh, about forgot what I was doing. I was going to make a nice thin rim across here. That would never do.
Rob Copperell Woodturning has joined us.
Hey, Rob.
Rob,
I think what I'm going to do, let me get a pencil here, just kind of show you. I'm going to start about here and curve it down to the outside, and then I'm going to curve to the inside about the same. No, let's go down here. Forget that line. Just half that, right about there. So from here out, we'll curve down. From there into that one, we'll curve in, and then we'll texture on there. So, okay. Now that we got a plan, get stuff out of my way here. I've got too much stuff out. Bedways are not a shelf. I use them that way all the time. Use them that way all the time.
well, that's why it's a good idea to have a tool holder of some sort just within reach.
Yeah, I've got my tool rack just off the left end of my lathe, so it's very, very convenient. Problem is it's so full that I can't put anything else on it.
Well, then you need another one. Now, if you had a setup like Pete, and he's so tall, he has one row of tools right up near the ceiling, and then another row that would be just at our height.
Yeah. All right, here we go again. We don't have to go through all the grits on this rim. I just wanted to get it smoothed off before we texture.
Pete says
Okay.
the top row of tools are now just above the skirting board. I've got to get over and check out Pete's new lathe. The last one was, we figured, 11.5 inches too high for me.
But you managed, didn't you? All right. The mini Sorby texturing tool.
And Jim says he enjoyed your video that you posted, Doug. Had some very nice pieces in it. And the
my
music wasn't bad either.
I did that music on, it's an AI music program called Songer. SONGER.co. And it takes it. I did the least expensive version of it, and I tell you what, I like it. It took a while for the music to come up for me, but once it did, all right, here we go. Want to scorch this. I've seen a couple of folks doing something similar here recently. And it gave I thought it gave a really nice effect. So just like paint, I'm shooting the flame off the far edge of my piece so that I don't burn it on the back side any more than will kind of be a natural kind of deal. And I don't need a real heavy, thick char on it. I just kind of want to scorch it a bit. And that's where that edge of that flame is. It's a little harder there, so I really didn't get much texture in there. All right, Boz, I hope that satisfies your need for burning.
And Pete says, watch your hand, Doug. Don't do a Brian.
From here, it looks like
Oh,
he's
is it
burning
on?
his hand. Looks like he's pointing it right at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really not. Poor Brian, he was outside and using MAP gas. And MAP burns so much hotter, you can't hardly see the flame. And so, yeah, he stuck his hand up in front of the flame, knowing, thinking about it when he did it. At least that's his story, and he's sticking to it. He got himself pretty good. All right, I'm gonna give that just a minute to cool here. We'll blow a little air on it.
That looks nice the way it is spinning.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's black on a light wood, I debated long and hard about what colored embellishing wax to use here. I finally landed after 3 or 4. Still a little warm. It's just warm is all. It's not hot at all. It's warm. Anyway, what I started to say was I finally decided on with the gold. The gold will kind of accent or reflect the color of the natural wood, and it should contrast against the black nicely. It's coming off pretty black. Oh, that should be enough. The gold is the one color of this This is Hampshire Sheen embellishing wax that you can't get anymore, unfortunately. It's pretty good stuff. The gold is the one color out of all of them that I bought that kind of separated. So I took a popsicle stick and kind of worked it all in together. And it still works very nicely. It's just kind of crumbly. I think I could put it in a double boiler, just enough to melt the wax and get it to kind of reconstitute together. Understand that the Hampshire Sheen name and formulas have been purchased. So that's pretty exciting stuff.
Some of it.
Oh, some of it, hadn't not all of it.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think the wax, the Hampshire Sheen high gloss. Martin was sort of talking about that yesterday, but I don't remember what he said. But
Okay.
it wasn't all of it.
Okay.
He said there's another company in England that's now making it under a different name.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've got the axe. We've got the superior grit.
Right.
Oh, I forget what it is down under. Jason, do you remember?
I think it's a company called U-Butte.
Right, U-Butte. Their products are very nice. I have to say, I really
Yeah, they've
like
been around a
their-
while. Yeah. I've used the Triple E and the Sheila wax from them, and it's good stuff. I wish I could get Glow. I've wanted to use it for a long time, but it's just not available here.
And as I'm finding out, it's probably too difficult to ship.
Yeah, there's something about it because we get Triple E is everywhere, so is the Sheila wax. I can readily get both of those products, but the other products from that company, I don't know of any other products from them that I can get. Not just Glow, but anything else. All right, get my speed pretty high here just to buff this wax.
From what I've seen in my investigations, there is 3 types of dangerous goods packaging. And if you don't get the right one, your package gets destroyed.
Oh my goodness.
So it's kind of paramount to get the right one first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Raymond Wise has to leave, so he'll catch up later. Thanks, Raymond, for coming in.
All right, so you can see the gold wax in the embellishing that we did. Look, I got a little chip out right there on that corner. But if I get to the end and I don't like what I see, I can always come back and take it off completely and redo it. So we turned it, we embellished it, or textured it, we burned it, we put embellishing wax on it. So there's three different things right there that we did. Now we just we'll get well, I never have even unpacked it. I've got to go over and grab my #1 hollower. I brought my stuff in Saturday and set it down, and I haven't been back in the shop till just a little bit ago. Had a fun time Saturday demonstrating easy wood tools. Well, where's my #1? There it is.
Sheila says she has a daughter in Australia and she'll have to make a shopping list before she comes to visit Sheila again. I might add to your list, Sheila, so let me know when you're about to send it to her.
Number 1 hollower with that little small cutter.
When I came back from New Zealand and Australia, I meant to bring some with me, but I didn't have room in my suitcase.
That trip could easily be one for you, Ruby, where you take an empty suitcase.
I was considering that.
Yeah.
Buy one when you get there.
Or yeah, you could do that.
Otherwise, you got to pay the extra bag fee to take it.
Unless you put the smaller one inside it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think on my next trip to England, I'll have to take 2 suitcases.
Yeah. All right. Let's pull out my other toy. And most of you saw this last week. I've made all my extra pieces. Just got to get my chuck wrenches out of the way. And I need this one. So this is the piece. Sits on my bedways and goes into the bowl. This is the piece that goes on the ways against the headstock, and I'm measuring the distance between the 2 pieces to see how far away we are. And right now, I've got, good 3/4 of an inch. So, and that's to the edge of my jaws, not to the bottom of the bowl. Let's see, let's leave those down there.
Mike with Aardvarks said he just ordered some Urashi lacquer for doing a type of French polishing. And he thinks it would have been cheaper to fly to Japan than sourcing it in the UK. And then Pete brought up a memory when he picked me up at the train station because I just traveled across England carrying a tree. And that was because Haley and another chap had both given me logs. And so I had both of those in my suitcase and my backpack to carry down across town to the train station, and then Pete picked me up.
Yeah, I left that little nub in the center. It kind of gives me a measurement guideline. I don't think I'm doing where I want to be yet. But I'm close.
And your voice is going funny again.
Yeah.
I was about to say, what?
Got my face shield down. Left that nub to give me a guesstimate of my measurement. I'm not to the bottom yet, but I've got far enough I want to remeasure. So
You need to drill a hole in your face shield and have a permanent microphone so every time you put your face shield on, it's there.
That's a good suggestion.
okay, go just a little bit further. Not much. See, I can go ahead and put those away.
Yeah, but if those 2 pieces meet, that means you're through.
I've gone too far. Yeah, very much so. But it gives me a precise, objective measurement of where my jaws are. So there's nothing, I don't have to do any guesswork or anything like that. Then,
Are you going to undercut the rim at all?
yes, I am. Get my other tool here. Let's see, is that it? Yep. All right. One way or the other, I'll get all my tools unpacked from the weekend.
Go ahead and move that tool rest another inch. Never fails that you have to be way further away than you think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Here we go. Watched Mike Holton do his video this morning, and he was undercutting he had a much larger piece with a very flat top and was trying to hollow it all the way back in there, and he was struggling. But it is kind of tough, especially when you're not used to doing it. To get up under those rims like that. Hopefully I'm doing this without getting in your way.
Yeah, we see it just fine.
One of the nice things about these tools, they're made properly. This line here lines right up with the front edge of your cutter. And so you can kind of tell by looking at this edge as you're turning where your cutter tip is. So I know I've still got a pretty good bit of space because I'm aimed right here. Twisting in my handle. All right. Just about where we want to be. Oh, that sycamore grain is pretty down in there. All right, I want to come back with another tool and take that lump out. I'll do that with the Easy Wood Finisher. This should be fun. Watch all those shavings on the end of the vacuum tube there. Zoop, they're gone. Let's see. Starting to do that backwards now. Would not work. Unless I reversed it. And we can do that too. There, because I can see it so much easier. Spin it in reverse, and I can take this lump out of the bottom. Looks like one more pass. Looks like, feels like. Is everybody still with me?
Nope.
No?
Now we're all here.
Okay, okay.
We were just enthralled with what you were doing, that's all.
Oh, me. All right.
I was sitting here thinking if I had the lathe running in reverse and was cutting on the other side, I'd have to focus too hard. And I'd forget and put the tool on the other side and pick the bowl up off the ground in about 30 seconds.
Well, you know, it is kind of difficult at first time you do it. But it,
You soon get used to it.
yeah, there's really no different. You're just on the other side. And actually, for what I was doing, because I was working back in here, well, from the bottom, from the center all the way over, I could see
Where you were.
where I was. And so it actually made it a lot easier to do. Instead of reaching across and not having any leverage at all.
Well, that's why I like the feature on the Herald where you can turn the headstock.
Yes.
Yeah, I can turn the headstock on mine too. And I can count on one hand how many times I've done it. I always forget.
Yeah. Zed says he prefers reverse turning for hollowing.
Yeah, Zed does it a lot.
And Enchanted Wood Design says he always forgets to tighten the grub screw before reverse.
Well, sometimes that's very important. I tend to the last 1/16 of an inch or the last half a turn of my chuck, I like to kind of snap it. I'll twist the hand wheel back toward me and the chuck away from me, give it a little snap, so it kind of sort of locks it in. And then I will turn a bit, even turn hard, just a little bit.
Are you going to be adding any more color at all to that?
I think my color's done.
Okay, because what I'd like to see would be a white line towards the outer edge.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, to kind of frame it.
Right. Yeah, we'll look at it here in just a minute. See where we're at with that.
Now, Sheila's asking if she starts a channel under her new business name, will her name change here in the chats?
if you start a totally new channel, well, then it will depend on which channel you come into the chat on.
That happens with me a lot. You'll see me
Yeah.
in a chat as TLF Works, and sometimes you'll see me as Todd Phipps.
Right. And something I found out, the reason you don't see super chats in the chat there is because I am demonetized. They think that I've got two totally different channels, and I don't. I was trying to get, when everything changed for me, my email and all of that, when all that changed, I tried to change my name or change my email address, which is how you register. And when I did, it actually created a second channel.
And Matt Harbor's with us. He said he
Hey,
had
Matt.
to change his actual handle to get it to change his name in the chat.
Yeah.
Which seemed to work because he's Matt Harbor 000 right now. And the last time he was in here, he was MCH.
Well, double O was already taken. That's why he's triple O. He's the newer version, right, Matt? Now, what do you think, Doug?
I think you're right.
Like, I would take just a point tool on that inner white area just to give it a clean line, and just a thin line towards the outer edge.
Yeah, if I had a point tool. I don't have a point tool, but I've got.
You know how you get one? You take an old screwdriver and you cut the top edge to a pyramid.
Yep. A little more. Didn't quite.
It's like the burn was a little deeper in one section or something.
It's
No,
yeah.
that's it.
I need to do this inner edge a little better too. There we go. I think that should do it. Give it a little blow, and that's not too shabby. Let's see, leave that out of the way. Let's add a little abrasive face to it on the inside. We're 409. We're okay.
Matt, I'm not sure you were here when he colored, but that was basically a torch followed by the Hampshire Sheen gold embellishing wax.
Yeah.
Zed says that his pet fish has his own account.
And the texture you see was from the Sorby texturing tool. To us on the screen here, it has almost, to me at least, it has a little bit of a green look to it instead of black.
Sure. And that's probably caused by the gold. Well,
Yeah,
you're on a whitish yellowish wood plus the gold embellishing wax. And two, it's not black. It's not like it's not a dye or a paint. It's the scorching.
And the Angry Woodturner's joined us, and he says it looks
Hey.
good, but he was late, so now he'll have to rewatch to see what you did.
That's okay. And I just appreciate you being here at all. Thank you.
And that's Roger. Hello.
Yes.
Sheila says she doesn't know if she'll ever record anything worth posting, but you never know.
Yeah.
Hey, Sheila, we all started somewhere.
You know, that's an interesting thought. All this YouTube stuff started for me. I had half a dozen people say, I'd love to see how you do that. And they
Mhm.
were just asking about simple bowls. It wasn't anything dramatic, just a simple little bowl. But they wanted to see it. They'd never seen anybody turn wood before. And so I did a couple of Facebook. Did a live, well, a couple of lives on Facebook. And, you know, that was all well and good. That was just off my phone, and, you know, it was all fine. No complaints at all. And I thought, you know, if I'm going to do this, I'd love to do it so that people can come in and chat while we're doing it and whatnot. So after doing almost a year, well, almost 2 years, I guess, of videos, decided, well, let's go whole hog, and we'll do the live thing. So I got a couple more cameras and went at it.
Well, I never intended to, but Rob Summerlin came by one day while I was turning, and he said to me, "You should have a YouTube channel." And I said, "Rob, like I'd even know how to get one." And next thing I knew, he picked up my phone and he says, "Well, you've got one now."
Yeah.
I said, "Rob, there's nothing on it." And a few minutes later, he said, "Yes, there is."
And what you had
And
been
then,
working on, there it was.
then he came over another day and filmed me doing a totally different project. I think that was the bat with the ball halfway through it.
Mm.
And he added that to my channel. And then I had the cameras all set up, and we did something with record power. Then for some reason, I had to take them all down, and I haven't figured out where they got put. So
I recorded a video on Saturday. We'll see if I edit it and post it. I haven't posted in a while.
Be good.
I have
Be good.
1,350 subscribers and 240,000 views on my channel.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't know how.
You got at least one video that did really well.
Yeah, I have one that did like 120,000 views or something.
Wow. That's phenomenal. You'll never believe the video of mine that has garnered the most views. And it's by far the biggest.
and
Without looking.
Sid has just joined us. Hi, Sid.
Sid. Hey, you Sid. Without looking, anybody want to take a guess at what that greatest video is of mine? It's crazy. Seems like I mentioned it not long ago.
Doug,
Nope.
we don't pay attention to what you're talking about.
I didn't figure. I turned a gonk 2 or 3 years ago. And that one it was dumb. I named it honk for a gonk or home for a gnome was the title of the video. And that thing has garnered probably 3 to 1 views. It was amazing.
Well, Mike says the one where the ball flies off. Oh, wait, that's a lot of them.
I've had a few of those.
Sid says that his Wednesday video is up. That's a shameless plug. Thanks, Sid.
No problem. Thank you, Sid. That reminds me, Zed, if you put your link in for tonight.
He had it in there way earlier. He should put
Okay.
it in
Okay.
again.
Yeah. Do Zed. So it's pretty good right now. Terry at Heckington Arts has Sunday. Paul Finley, Woodturning at Home, does Monday. I'm on Tuesday. Zed's on later, an hour or two, a couple hours later than me, doing a premiere. Wednesday, we got Reese also does Tuesday or Wednesday. Monday. Sid does Tuesday or Wednesday. Thursday is Brian. Friday is Steve. Saturday is Saturday morning cartoons with Jake and Jamie and Precious.
And Sunday is sometimes Terry and sometimes Pete.
Well, that's true, yeah. So we're back to virtually every day. There's somebody doing either a live or a premiere. Oh, Jamie is on Monday with a premiere as well of his own.
And Larry Aldridge has just joined us. Hi, Larry.
Hey, Larry. All right, just getting a little bit more wax on the outside there as well as inside. So for all intents and purposes, I may very well go back and rework this top. Let's see, I'm trying to do the wrong thing here. We're done. So we got black because of the scorching, and then we textured it. Well, we textured it, and we scorched it with a torch, and then put gold embellishing wax on there. Made a little rim to frame it, inside and out. Nice clean sycamore on the inside. You really don't see the crotch feather like I thought we would. Yeah, I really thought it would show up, but it really doesn't show up on the inside. Shows up on the outside, right there. It's very pretty, but doesn't show up on the inside at all.
It's a nice little bowl.
Sure is.
See the profile there? That'll be it would be a horrible M&M bowl. You couldn't get them out.
Don't count on it.
Well, where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yeah, you underestimate my abilities.
I do that all day. M&M, Skittles. I did find weirdest thing. Most of y'all know I'm off sugar, trying to prevent having to be on insulin, and so far it's working. I'm doing a great job with it. My doctor says, "Oh, keep doing whatever it is you're doing." So she didn't know the struggle. But I found some sugar-free miniature Reese's. I thought, oh, this is going to be so great. I got those things and I opened the package up and they're not very good. So they're off the list. But I'll try a sugar-free M&M if they ever come up with it. So there you have it, folks. That is undercut. It's still, it's rather thick up here. I've got half or maybe just a little over half. I didn't get it real thin up in the corner, which I knew I couldn't get it too thin, because you go too thin, then you're going to be coming out the side over here. So,
Right.
But we got it down. It's maybe just a touch up. Well, I can tell you how big it is. I do have that tool that Ruby wants me to use more often. Here we go. It's still almost half an inch in the bottom. So I could go a little deeper in the bottom, but I can't go out into the side any further than I am. If I do, I'll be pushing through the side. So anyway, there you have it. A nice little dish. It's what does it measure out at the end? We came out at 6.5 inches wide by 2 inches deep, which is about what I thought. We started out
nice.
just over 7 inches diameter. So, all right, there you have it, folks.
Well, thanks, Doug.
Did we answer all the questions we had?
I think so.
All right, all right. Well, folks, it's been good to see you today. It's been fun having you in the shop. Ruby and Todd and Jason, thank you guys for coming along. Appreciate your support. All you folks in the chat, glad to have you along. Some of you I'll see in other chats later this week, even tomorrow evening. I'll see some of you. Rest of you I'll see in other people's chats. So until we meet again, I hope you're able to spin them around. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.